What's going on, everybody? This is Dan versus Cars, and today we're going to go ahead and be changing out the thermostat housing O-ring. I've looked all over YouTube, looked on the internet. I see some stuff on the forums, but I haven't found a video showing you, what needs to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all today what we're going to be doing. All we're going to be using for this job is a 3/8 ratchet, 6-inch extension, and a 12mm socket. So let's go ahead and break these bolts loose, get this thermostat housing off, and get that O-ring replaced. Alrighty folks, as you can see, this O-ring is pretty much deteriorated. My car has 300,000 miles on the body. There's no telling what's been done to this engine, when it's been done. I'm the fourth owner. It's a 1990 1.6 NA Miata. No telling what people have done. So right here, we got the new thermostat housing O-ring. I ordered it from Miata part number 903-07. And I use Miata for everything just because with the Miata, it's so affordable. Why not just go ahead and get OEM parts from a good OEM supplier? And that's why I go to Moss. Who doesn't use Miata? So we're gonna go ahead and get this gasket out and get the surface cleaned up, and then we will reinstall that new gasket. Yeah, just look at that. That's 300,000 miles or 30 years old. It's done. So we're just gonna go ahead, get a little bit of brake cleaner, get this surface cleaned up, and then we'll go ahead and scratch off the remaining stuff of that O-ring, get this clean, get it mated on, clean surface, no leaks of coolant. Now with this being aluminum, you definitely want to be careful how you clean it off, make sure everything's clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, no, this is not no stainless steel brush or anything like that. It's just a typical nylon brush you get in a kit at Harbor Freight. I'm just going to go ahead and clean in that groove, make sure you get everything clean, have a clean mating surface for that new O-ring, so once the engine goes back in, we're not going to deal with any leaks, anything like that, especially with it being behind the timing cover like that. It's just a pain in the butt to get to. Do it while it's out. That pretty clean. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit more brake cleaner, clean it off with my rag, and get ready to put that O-ring back in. Alrighty, now we got the mating surface pretty clean. I mean, it's a 30-year-old part, no way to get it perfectly clean without getting a new one. We're gonna go ahead and come over here, get our thermostat housing O-ring, part number 903-037 from Miata. all we're gonna do is just nicely, just, you know, with every O-ring, just get it in there. Make sure we're nice and flush with it. That's pretty much it. Now when it comes to reinstalling this, the last thing you want to do is snug this up too hard. You're going to press that O-ring flat, you're going to have a leak. So just slowly go back and forth from side to side, you know, get it tightened up, don't get it too tight, and go from there. But first, real quick, we're going to go ahead and just clean off this mating surface, make sure everything's clean. We don't want any leaks. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get some more brake cleaner on my rag, wipe up, clean that surface up initially, try and get as clean as we can get it, and then I'll come back behind with my razor blade, get all this excess residue just so it'll have that clean, nice seal. And with the engine being open and exposed, the last thing you want to do, get any debris in there. You know, if you get a little bit in there, it's all right. It'll, you know, burn off or something like that, but try and keep as little debris as getting into the system, especially with it being our coolant system going right into our head. Alright, now we got that mating surface pretty cleaned up. Just gonna go ahead, come back again with my rag and my brake clean to try and make sure that surface is clean, ready to go. Yeah, you can definitely tell that gasket was on there. Potentially it could be the OEM one. Who knows what's done to this car in the past 30 years of its life. So we're gonna go ahead, we got this O-ring put in. We're gonna go ahead and take one of our bolts, just get it ready, so once we get it in there, everything will be nice and lined up. Make sure that O-ring is nice and snug in there. It's not gonna fall back or get offset. You don't want it getting pinched on this flange or else it will leak. I'm gonna get these ones started by hand, and then I'll come back with my extension, get them snugged up, and then just come back with the ratchet. I don't know the torque spec on this. When I took it off, you know, it wasn't super tight. You don't want to make it too tight going into this aluminum head. So we're just gonna snug them up pretty good and go from there. All right, so we got them snugged up. I'm just gonna come back with my 3/8 inch ratchet, 6-inch section, 12-inch socket, and just snug everything back up. That one's nice and snug. Let's come back, test this guy. We are nice and snug on both sides. As you can see, none of the gasket is protruding from the flange, so we went ahead and we got it installed correctly. Shouldn't have any leaks. We will know once it's back in the vehicle. As far as that, that is changing the thermostat housing O-ring on a 1990 1.6 short nose crank Miata. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. This is Dan versus Cars, and like, comment, subscribe, and there'll be more videos coming up soon. Thank you.